number, okay, in this case they're saying that A is a number, okay, then we have a vertical line, okay. So if we go over, because we go on the x-axis, and if we wanted, we go over to 1, 2, 3 on the x-axis, right? And so this is going to be x equals 3. Okay, think about it. You've got your x-axis moves across, right? Okay, but x equals a number. If you have x equals a number, it's opposite that, and so it goes up and down. Okay? Over here, when y equals a number, so I also like to think about it this way. So yesterday, or the last couple of days, we've been learning that if I have, let's say, y equals 4, right? What happened to my x? I don't have an x in here, right? And what's my slope? My slope of this would be 0, okay? And the slope, if I have 0 slope, what kind of a line do I have? A line that goes across, right? A horizontal line. Okay, so in this case, we go on the y-axis and we find where y is who? -1. So in this case, y is -1. Okay, and that's just what my line would be. Okay, over here, I don't have a y, do I? So I don't have a slope, so my slope has to be, well, no, my slope's not anything. What would my slope be? No, what would my slope be? What's my slope of a vertical line? Undefined. Okay, if there's no y to be found, my slope is undefined. Okay, so if I'm looking at this guy, at number 1, okay, the vertical line, so a vertical line, is that going to be x equals or y equals? Alright, so x equals, and what does x equal in this case? -2. Okay, over here, it's a horizontal line, so I'm going to have x equals or y equals? And y equals 3. Okay, and number 3, x equals or y equals? Y equals and y equals -5. And number 4, x equals or y equals? X equals 4. Alright, you guys do 5 and 6. So in number 5, we're looking at this line right here. So it's a vertical line, so x equals or y equals? X equals, and what does x equal right here? 0, yeah, so x equals 0. Okay, and over here, x equals or y equals? Y equals 2, and everybody's looked really good on that one. Alright, so now when we're graphing them, okay, y equals -5. Is it going to be horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. So we're going to go where y is -5. So we're going to go down to -5. Put a point. So on the y-axis, y is -5. And then we just draw our horizontal line through. Okay, same thing with 8. I'm finding where x is -1. It's right there. And then is it going to be horizontal or vertical? Vertical line. Alright, so go ahead and do 9 and 10. Yes. Alright, so if I'm looking at this one, horizontal or vertical? Vertical, okay? So if I find where x equals 3, let's take a look at this. Okay? So I've got my point where x equals 3, right? Now, if I were to make a horizontal line, my horizontal line would be on the what? The x-axis. Does that make sense to do that? No. So we automatically know that that should be vertical because we don't want it on the axis. Right? Okay, so the same same thing with y equals 8. If I go up to where y is 8, and I make my point, if I were to draw this vertical, it would be on the axis, and I don't want it on the axis, so I'm going to go opposite the axis. That might help some of us a little bit. Okay, so y equals 5, horizontal or vertical? Horizontal. So my slope is 0. X equals -2, horizontal or vertical? Vertical, so my slope is undefined. So what does that make x equals 0? Undefined as well. Alright, so the difference between y equals 3 and y equals 3x. Okay, so with y equals 3, we're going up to 3, right? And my slope is, what's my slope of that line? 0. So I could go up 0 over 1, up 0 over 1, and think of it that way. Okay, so we can put slope is 0. What was my y-intercept? 3, yep. Whereas if I have y equals 3x, what's my slope?
3.
Yeah, my slope is going to be 3. What is my y-intercept in this one?
0.
Yeah, so my starting point is at 0, and then what does it say I have to do? Yeah, I have to go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. Draw my line. So my difference is that my slopes and my y-intercepts are flipped around, right? One's what kind of a line? What is it when it goes straight across? Horizontal line. One is a diagonal line. Yeah, good. Okay, all good reasons.